President Trump inside the Supreme Court today for oral arguments in a monumental case about birthright citizenship. For more than a century, nearly all children born in the U.S. have automatically become U.S. citizens. Well, on the first day of his second term, President Trump signed an executive order challenging that idea. The order denies automatic citizenship to babies born on American soil if neither parent is a current citizen or permanent U.S. resident. This comes as part of the president's broader crackdown on immigration, and the president did attend those arguments today at the Supreme Court. It's the first time a sitting president has done that. He then took to Truth Social to claim that the U.S. is the only country, quote, stupid enough to allow birthright citizenship, which is not accurate. Many of the justices did appear skeptical of the Trump administration's arguments. Lawyers challenging the executive order are pointing out to the 14th Amendment, which says persons born or naturalized in the U.S. and subject to the jurisdiction thereof are citizens. For more, let's bring in ABC's Christiane Cordero and constitutional lawyer Jeff Lewis. Great to have you both here. So, Christiane, we know these arguments just wrapped up. What did the justices, what did they hear? What were some takeaways from those arguments today?
Yeah, the big takeaway, Elizabeth, is that, as you noted, the justices, by and large, do seem skeptical of President Trump's executive order. And it should be noted, too, that all of the lower courts have so far sided with the ACLU in this case, which essentially states that the 14th Amendment protects birthright citizenship. And what the administration was arguing is that this is not something, this is an old piece of text, and it was framed under totally different circumstances than what we're living in today, to which Chief Justice John Roberts said, that, yes, and I'm paraphrasing here, but he said that it is old, but it's the same Constitution. So that's kind of the direction that we heard much of the arguments going under. And it's worth noting, too, that the president, he did stay for the entirety of the administration's arguments. He left halfway through the opening statements of the ACLU.
Right. So, Jeff, what do you make of President Trump's attendance at these oral arguments today?
Well, I don't think it impacted the arguments. The questions from the justices didn't sound any different. Obviously, the president couldn't use his cell phone and engage in social media. So it was kind of a non-factor. The most dramatic moment from today's argument was just alluded to what Justice Roberts said. It might be a brave new world, but it's the same old Constitution, meaning the arguments were not making much progress with these justices.
What does it say to you, Jeff, that there was that skepticism from some of the conservative justices, Justice Roberts, but some of the others too, during those arguments?
Right. When the justices were arguing or asking where the support was for certain arguments and pointing out that some of the arguments advanced by the Trump administrations are not based on the text of the Constitution, the conservative cause is in trouble. At least 6, perhaps 7 of the justices signaled today that they're going to vote against the Trump administration here.
A lot to continue to watch here as we expect that decision from the court later this summer. Jeff Lewis, Christiane Cordero, thanks so much.